Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you this year. While you're watching this, I'm attending a family reunion. Unfortunately, it's not on Crane Lake, as that's where I prefer to be on summer weekends. I'm going to keep it simple today, as there are no major initiatives outstanding. The news is all good, and the only projects this summer are maintenance items. This past year has been a busy one for fire committee activities. The biggest and most significant project has been ongoing now for about 2 years. Actually, it's more like about 8 years if you count the failed vote the first time around. It is, of course, the contracting of Seguin Township Fire Department to respond to structure fire incidents on Crane Lake. Last year, a formal vote was held by mailed ballots, and a very solid 73.06% of all property owners who received ballots responded with a yes. This result is outstanding because we expected that not everyone would return their ballot. Property owners who didn't respond had to be counted as a no, so we needed a very high response rate. This result clearly indicates that the vast majority of you are in favor of having professional fire response, and this response will be 365 days a year. The contract between the Township of the Archipelago and Seguin Township was signed in April, and the prorated amount was applied to our final tax bill, which you should have recently received. The second major initiative that was recently completed is the acquisition of a new fire pump for the Crane Lake Fireboat. We received budget approval from the membership at last year's AGM, and as I wrote in the last newsletter, with a recommendation from our supplier, we decided on a different model than originally planned. The original pump configuration was designed to be light for forest fire crews to backpack to the scene of a fire. Since ours is a fixed installation on the fireboat, we were able to get a pump configuration with a larger engine capable of higher volumes and pressures. This pump is installed and works great, and will last us for many years to come. Next time you're at the marina, drop by and check her out. She's a beauty. The maintenance items I mentioned earlier are mostly related to the fireboat itself. Some of the electrical wires are getting brittle and cracked, and there are a few changes we're planning to make everything accessible from a single switch panel. Also, we're updating the spotlights and emergency lights to LED, so there is less drain on the batteries. A few members of the fire committee are performing this upgrade, and the wiring and parts will only cost a couple $100. We're also getting quotes for a new canvas cover for the helm and pump sections of the boat, as the old one is torn and not shedding water properly. The last item I wanted to mention at this time is the defibrillator on the fireboat. We purchased and installed a new battery this spring. The old one lasted about 3 years. Dr. Russell, who is a longtime property owner on Crane Lake, recently sent us an email recommending we add a few more defibrillators in strategic locations around the lake, possibly in the fire pump boxes. He unfortunately can't be at the meeting either, but strongly believes that having strategically located defibrillators would reduce the time required to get one to someone in an emergency and make the difference between life and death. I believe this topic will be discussed later in the meeting. The focus of the Crane Lake Fire Committee will continue to be on maintenance of the fire equipment and on safety awareness. We have talked many times in the past about the importance of safe practices around the cottage, including handling and storage of flammable liquids, having a fire safety plan for your cottage and making family and guests aware of it, and the proper procedures for reporting a potential fire incident. There is also the legal requirement of having a smoke detector on every level of your home or cottage and outside sleeping areas, and the new requirement starting in 2014 for a carbon monoxide detector if you have a fossil fuel burning appliance or attached garage. The bottom line is, in order to have a healthy and happy summer, think safety first.
As always, if you want to help us keep our fire equipment maintained, learn how to use the pumps and where all of our equipment is located, or help with administrative procedures like updating computer databases or writing procedures, please feel free to contact me at Crane Lake Association. New fire committee members are always welcome. Best wishes to everyone and have a great summer.